My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I live at 3102 Central Hill Road, Acre, Mississippi. I am still under attack. It's getting worse. By Scientology. These people are in the military, the CIA, they are politicians. Barack Obama uses Scientology. And they also are on the civilian side. Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Devin Singe, and many others, several actors, they are all using Scientology. So let me explain what Scientology is. There are more than three dimensions. This is a fact. There's more space in this universe than humans can see. There's also this dark energy or dark matter that is part of this, that's attached to us. We are also made of this energy and we can't see it. So there's more space here than we can see. We have biology in these extra dimensions attached to us. Extra dimensional biology. 12 dimensions worth. Plus, we also have this dark energy attached to us. It also makes up body parts. It also makes biology. What they show me, they show it attached to their back. And they took mine off. And I was aware when it was happening. It looks like another you, another biology. We look like we're stuck together, back to back. And that makes up a whole biology. And those are your dark particles. They call it the inverse. And we do this mechanism or biological function called, they call it turning around or raising, where your consciousness goes from one side to the other, from the light side to the dark side. So the human genome produces a 12-dimensional humanoid with horns on our head. We have a head covering that has horns. We can fly. We can do magic. We can move particles around with our mind, control electricity. Our skin glows, our eyes glow, and we breathe fire. We are Anunnaki, Anunnaki, these horned humanoids that are carved on temple walls in Sumeria, in the Americas, the Middle East, and also the gods of Egypt. That's Scientology. It's all Scientology, actually. Those aren't true Anunnakis. You see carved on stones. Enoch and Enlil. They call themselves that, but so do these horned beings in outer space. That's Scientology. Any point in our history, or any time in our history when third dimensional humans seen gods, seen into the afterlife, that was Scientology doing this, doing that. It's not natural. They put technology in our brains and modify our nerves to help third dimension see into the afterlife, see into the extra dimensions. It's all technology, even in ancient times. So Scientology is the practice of utilizing your extra dimensional biology before you die. They remove it from themselves. They cut their biology off. They usually cut it off their back first, or they take part of that their back, that the negative biology, the dark particles. They usually start with that. You get alien forms. Some people drive Anunnakis. They're an Anunnaki form. They have horns on their head, but most of them walk around. They can't fly anymore. They lose their ability to fly when they get cut. It gets less and less and less the more they fuck with their biologies. And in the end, these older aliens, these older Scientologists, we wind up having to strap body parts to them to keep them alive and so they can fly around. So that's Scientology. They help you create an alien, a remote controlled alien with your own body parts, plus other, not just your own. We call them piece parts creatures. They call themselves gods. Giant humanoids up there made out of a bunch of body parts stuck together. Aliens. They're not unnatural aliens. They genetically modify themselves on the fly. They call themselves lizard people, and they're Nunnakai. So they make various alien forms. Some of them drive their Anunnaki part. Some of them turn it into a blue blood aliens. So blue bloods are they look like the healthiest form. They're the wholest. That's most of your biology. Uh, so you start cutting on that, and you get into grays and greens and white aliens. And at this point, you're missing a bunch of body parts, and these organisms, that biology can't function properly. You can't, so it's missing organs and tissues now. You had to leave some of it behind, or some of it got lost. So they take organs and tissues from other humans and other species, such as reptiles, insects, and worms. Transplants to make their biologies whole and function properly again. They make various alien forms. They make lizard people using lizard body parts, insectoids or bug people using bug body parts. It's just armor. And then they make worm people using worm body parts. And the worm gods are among the biggest in the universe. They are our biggest organisms. And most of these Anunnakis that are in human history that have existed in the past, our ancestors, they're inside of giant worms to keep them alive. They got cut. So they can fly around and do things. Yeah, Scientology cuts people. This gets worse and worse and worse. Scientology has to go now. People are suffering bad. We have Scientologists that are alive today on Earth playing Barbie doll with the human race. They're cutting body parts off of people left and right in mass. I'll tell you how it works in a moment. I'm sick. Can't think straight anymore. They cut my brains out. All of it. Most of it. On both sides. So next I have to explain disentanglement property. It's important because we need to understand what's going on in their behavior. So our third dimension that has all these body parts attached to it, It's entangled. You're also entangled to the backside. Your dark energy is entangled to your light particles. And up and down and back and forth, we're entangled. And here's how it works. These particles in which we consist of is a 12th dimensional particle with another dark energy particle attached to it. They are born this way in the universe, paired. 12 dimensional particle. So the shell owns or controls the entire third dimensional particle. Our third dimension or 12 dimensional particle. It's attached. And the electron shell travels around, I guess, both sides, or maybe one side. I don't know exactly how it works. I think it travels around both sides. I think it does a figure eight around both particles. I'm still learning. They won't teach me. This is all from observation. They're killing me. I can ask questions, and sometimes it gets answered. So what this means is, if you remove a piece of extra dimensional biology while you're still alive, I mean, well, even if you're dead, but especially if you're alive, if you remove a piece of extra dimensional biology, you are still in that body part, no matter where it goes in the universe. You still have to experience it. The electron shell still travels around it. It's making a figure eight, and now it's got to go this way to go around that part of the energy, and then it comes back to the third dimension, keeps going around. It keeps us entangled. The universe won't let us split up this energy. It wants to keep it whole. So what happens is, if you try to take energy out of our particles, such as removing an extra dimensional body part from the living, it warps space-time. It ensures you never remove that energy from these particles, from the atom, or whatever it is. So it warps space-time. So as this biology leaves you, space-time is shrinking to zero. It warps. What this allows them to do is, first off, it's part of their techniques and their technology. So I guess first off, I'll explain their technology. They have facilities on Earth and in outer space that house body parts, biology. They take their extra dimensional biology, sometimes the entire backside, parts of it. It's their Scientology bases. So they take brain tissue out of people's heads. They install this brain tissue into a storage system. And inside of this storage system, they run electrodes into the brain. And because we are entangled, that gives the third dimension and any other alien forms attached to this biology, it gives them access to this computer system. It's part of their hive mind technology. It allows them to speak to each other. It gives them telepathy. Anyone using this technology can communicate with each other. And they can also interact with each other in a digital landscape. So our brains and our thinking processes, they're very visual. And they tap into that. They interface to it. The visual cortex in our brain, uh, they give themselves a screen. And it allows them to see into the extra dimensions and access this technology from the third dimension, from a remote location. It's remote control technology. So this entanglement property, what that means is your experience is going to be not natural. When you die, you're going to be hooked up to a computer system, experiencing the stimulation of your brain and central nervous system tissue. We call them the carnies. They take everybody on a joyride. They stick electrodes and devices inside of your brain and make you happy, experience emotions, feel joy. They can even control your dreams. Some of these people call it bottomland, or the big aliens do. It is it's a 3D. It's like half and half 3D. Yes, magic. We are magical creatures and that shows in our technology. They can 3D print entire worlds, and and do things like that. It's fake and it's not whole anymore. But I'm sick. I can't think straight anymore. They have my brain tissue in their possession. What that means is now it's like a Horcrux. A part of me is sitting somewhere on somebody's desk in one of these machines. Part of it is in the machine. Part of it is in somebody's pockets. Part of it is on the other side of the universe. I think Barack Obama has part of it. Mark Zuckerberg has part of it. Bill Gates has part of it. So my afterlife experience is going to be strange. And it's probably going to be suffering, torture, or fear. These are body snatchers. They are alive today. These are humans on Earth, Scientologists, abusing their technology.